Hello everyone, I hope you are well. Today, for our first EA Culture video, we will study the island of Dominica. Dominica is an island, is part of the Windward Islands in the Lesser Antilles in the Caribbean Sea. This name comes from the Spanish word domingo, meaning Sunday in English. Since it was Sunday, November 3rd, 1493, that the island was skirted by Christopher Columbus. Its capital, Roseau, is located to the west of the island. Dominica's closest neighbors are two French overseas regions, Guadeloupe to the north and Martinique to the south. The official language of the country is English, but 80% of the citizens speak Creole. The size of the country is about 289.5 square miles, and it measures about 29 miles long and 16 miles wide. Known as the Caribbean Natural Island because of its lush landscapes and varied flora and fauna, Dominica is largely covered in rainforest and home to the world's second-largest hot spring, Boiling Lake. Dominica is the most mountainous island in the Lesser Antilles. Its volcanic peaks are lava crater cones, and the highest point is Morne Diablotines, which reaches a height of 1,247 meters. Some plants and animals believed to be extinct on the surrounding islands can still be found in the forests of Dominica. Like the imperial Amazon, which is an endemic species of Dominica, it is even depicted on the Dominican flag. The island has several protected areas, including Cabrits National Park, as well as 365 rivers, the most famous of which are the Indian River and the Layou River. There are two main population centers: the capital Roseau in the southwest, with a population of 15,000 in 2011, and Portsmouth in the northwest, with a population of 4,167 in 2011. The main centers are generally located around the coast, the mountainous interior being sparsely populated. Dominica has a population of 71,293 according to the 2011 census. 86.8% of the population identified themselves as descendants of African black people, 9.1% said they were of mixed origin, 2.9% Amerindian Kalinago. The history of Dominica is quite long, and I preferred to shorten it a little. First of all, Dominica was populated by the Kalinagos and the Arawaks, who were the indigenous people. But this population disappeared due to the Spanish conquest. However, some of the Kalinagos managed to survive by isolating themselves in steep terrain in the wilderness. Thus, they managed to escape the extermination to which they were victims everywhere else in the West Indies, due to the violence of the Europeans, but especially the diseases brought by them. In 1903, the British Crown returned some freehold land. In 1625, during the 30 Years' War, the Spanish gave way to the French, and then during the 17th century, the French and English clashed for possession of the island. Twice their cannonades will completely destroy Roseau. In 1660, the French and English abandoned the island to the Kalinagos and declared it a neutral zone. To end the conflicts, a peace treaty is signed between the French, the English, and the Kalinagos. Already established in Martinique and Guadeloupe, the French are gradually establishing themselves in Dominica by introducing coffee. They import African slaves to solve the labor problem, but the British took over the island in 1759. Slavery was abolished in Dominica in 1833. As it was not abolished until 1848 in the neighboring islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe, many slaves escaped from these islands during this period with the help of makeshift means, often simple canoes, to find refuge in Dominica. In 1898, the island received the status of a British Crown colony. In 1956, it gained independence within the short-lived Federation of the British West Indies. In 1967, it became one of the Associated States of the West Indies and a member of the Commonwealth. Dominica's independence was declared on November 3, 1978, on the 485th anniversary of its discovery by Christopher Columbus. Today, the 3,000 descendants of the Carib Indians, the last heirs of these pre-Columbian peoples, live for the most part in the Kalinago territory around the small town of Salibia in the northeast. Although mixed, they cultivate their own identity and have preserved their language. Dominica's economy depends essentially on tourism. With its 80,000 annual tourists, the island could be seen as the poor relation of the Antilles compared to Martinique and Guadeloupe, which welcome nearly 1 million each year. And of agriculture. Indeed, agriculture, mainly bananas, represents 18% of GDP and employs 28% of the workforce. Agriculture is still very diverse, and many vegetables, lemon, tobacco, and coconut are cultivated. It represents for some of the raw materials for the production of Indian wood oil, coconut oil, soap, and cement. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all, and see you soon.